Welcome to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today we're looking at the San Martin Submariner. You should have seen the full review. That review was on the version 2. And I did mention in that video I'm getting the version 3 in. The version 3 has arrived and this is not going to be a full review or a detailed review on the actual watch, on specifications, dims, the usual style. It's going to be a quick video, which I say every video is going to be quick, but I can't help it. I do like to talk a lot. I'm just going to look at the changes that they've done basically and how I feel about them. Now, the reason why I'm singling myself out to say how I feel about them, a lot of people love these watches. Personally, for me, I don't like the style. I'm not against them, but I'm just sick of Submariner homages. I never have been afflicted by that. But I think this watch is great. So for San Martin to have, won me over, which I couldn't care less about the Submariner style homage, they've done a really good job. And first impressions with the new logo. So this is the version 3, and I believe the only changes they have made is they've changed the San Martin printed logo that you saw in the original video. I'll try and stick a picture somewhere that you can see on the screen. And they've replaced it with the hexagon logo, which says obviously San Martin in the center. Now that's due to, they've had a lot of feedback from customers saying they prefer the hex logo. I didn't think that it would be nicer, but it is. You know what? Straight away, as soon as I pulled it out of the box, I thought, wow, that does look different, and I have to say it does look better. That's one or two reasons. Number one, in the original video I mentioned, that font was just dead. Taxman dead. They should have renamed that font to, when you drop down on Word, Microsoft Word should be the Taxman. It's just too plain, very flat on the dial. The dial is nothing special at all. They haven't done anything fantastically different with it that makes it stand out more than a Bliger or a Pagani, whatever. I think it's the font. San Martin applied San Martin logo with a slightly stylized text logo. That's a lot better. I don't mind the name at all. You can see it on some of the other models, the 62 Mass Bronze, Chrono, no, sorry, not Chronos, where it says San Martin, and even the San Martin Turtle. You've got 3D logo, applied logo. Looks much better. So it isn't just, the reason why that one looked bad was because of the printing. And secondly, I think this logo just fits the shine, the glisten you get off it, the look that you get it from just looking at it at arm's length. It does suit the watch. From far, it just looks like a little emblem in the center. So I think it does work out quite well. Second difference is they've put a 3D shark on the crown. It's a nice touch. It's been machined a bit more, so it's added value to the watch. It's a value added activity they've done. How do I feel about it? Honestly, I'm indifferent. Flat sterile crown, no logo crown, doesn't bother me. However, a signed crown is attributed to just something better. It's an added feature, as mentioned. It's a value added activity which they've done, so I've got no issues with that at all. The third thing I've noticed just now while touching the watch is the bezel. They have improved the bezel design. If you can see from the A face, the scallops, it does look just slightly a bit spikier, so a bit closer to the original version, sorry, the original Rolex Submariner. The edges on the version 2 were smoother. How do I feel about that? I prefer version 2. Reason being is they were finished. They were very smooth. These edges, you can feel them against your skin. They are a touch rough. So with that being said, I mean, it does look pretty. It does look a lot better. I'd say it looks fantastic. Just on the face of it, aesthetically, you can see that. You can see from the A face how they're spiking up a bit. But this was my point with the first one. The way everyone talks about them, the way San Martin pushed them out, then you can't really miss a trick, and they've missed out on that final polish that little refinement. It isn't too sharp, it's not going to rip your skin, it's not going to cause damage, but you will feel it, definitely. Bezel, how does that move? Obviously with the new feature, you get a lot more grip on the actual bezel. So for that reason, it's good. The noise, the movement, not far off the first one I did. And the reason I mentioned that is I like to check for consistency amongst bezels and parts. The more consistent, the better. Even if it's poor, you'd rather it be poorly consistent. That consistency always beats everything else, to be honest. So I like the added grip it gives, but they should have just machined it just that little bit, took the edge off slightly and still maintained the look. From the edge on, does look fantastic. Obviously I mentioned the sharp corners of the case, that won't do anything with that, and the crown. So they've changed two parts and they've changed the logo. Does it warrant, is it, they have done enough things to call it a version 3? Yes, I think they have. Had they just changed the logo, there's no reason to call it a version 3. Clasp, bracelet, no difference, still the same. I like the extra things they've done. Now before, let me stop you right there. Before, if I get anybody saying, man, you can't do a review with the sticky on the bracelet, this, that. Let me tell you something. This is not my watch. It was mine, but it's actually going to a friend of mine. So he wanted one and I said, I've got one coming, just take that. He said, yeah, just, you know, put it on video if you need to. However, what I won't do is I won't peel all this off. Even though he'll have no problem me peeling this off, believe me. But I think if you're going to buy a watch, it's yours. This stuff is pretty special, yeah. You know, it's one of your rights as a watch owner that only you will take off the sticky, the wrapper. So I won't do that. Leave it for him so he can do that. I've taken the face one off because I can always put that back on. Yeah. Bracelet, I noticed, just missed that little touch of refinement. Just needed to finish it, give it that end polishing. But it is one of the best bracelets, hands down. I love the clasp, the different corners, the edges. They have refined the clasp to a T. I don't think they could do anything more. It does look like a very expensive clasp, and it doesn't look like it's come out from China. Believe me, they have spent some money on it. And that's it. Nothing more to say. Yeah, I talked too much, like I said. What was I going to say? Yes. So I said I don't like the Submariner homages, the Submariner case. The one thing that did make me like this watch was the dimensions. They've got them spot on. I'd say even better than the original. I don't know if the original Submariner has a few different versions, you know, different sizes. But 40mm case, 40.8. The lug to lug 48mm, perfect, you know, perfect thickness, 13mm, 13.5, whatever it was, I can't remember now. The dimensions, that was the deciding factor. If this was any bigger, I wouldn't have liked it still. So I'll leave the link to the watch in my description. It's an affiliated link. You know how that works. It's with AliExpress. So if you want to purchase it, go ahead. I think I will order another couple of models of this. Very good watch. I'm going to order the green and the black next. I think the blue, it looks too purple for me. So I think I'm going to stay away from that. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the vid. And I will see you next time for the next video. Thank you for watching.